Now on NBC Palm Springs at 5, a surprise in the courtroom. Cabazon father Jake Haro pleads guilty to killing his infant son. We have the latest details from the Hall of Justice.
Also tonight, a new affordable housing complex opens in Palm Springs. What Aloe Palm Canyon aims to offer the community.
Indian Wells, Cam, look how beautiful. Perfect day outside, a perfect day to play golf, but the temperatures, they're going to start going up. NBC Palm Springs at 5 begins now.
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Olivia Sandusky.
And I'm Mark Messer. Let's get to tonight's top story. This evening, new updates on the court case of Jake and Rebecca Haro, who were seen this morning at the Hall of Justice in Riverside for their felony settlement conference. Our Brett Rosen was inside that courtroom, and he joins us live tonight outside of the Haro home in Cabazon with the latest developments. Brett, what happened today?
Mark, here in Cabazon, just outside the Haro home, like you said, I was inside that courtroom this morning. It was supposed to just be a felony settlement conference. That's usually when the attorneys come together and figure out the logistics of dates, figuring out when the preliminary hearings would begin. I don't think anyone coming into today would have thought that instead it would be Jake Haro pleading guilty to second-degree murder of his own son. Take a look.
Count 1, a violation of Penal Code Section 29800A1, a felony.
Today, inside the Hall of Justice in Riverside, Jake Haro pled guilty to the murder of his 7-month-old son, Emmanuel Haro, in what was supposed to be a felony settlement conference. It was almost 2 months ago that both Jake and Rebecca Haro were arrested and charged for murder. Both pleaded not guilty back in September. Jake pled guilty today to 1 count each to second-degree murder, child endangerment, and falsifying a police report. Afterwards, District Attorney Brandon Smith would not go on camera, but the DA's office would put out a statement explaining how the plea agreement was with the court and not the District Attorney's office. In the statement, it would mention how Jake Haro could serve a sentence up to 25 to life in prison. His sentencing date is scheduled for November 3rd.
Ms. Haro, I will show that you have been arraigned on the amended felony complaint. I'm going to order you back to this department on October 28th. And you want that set for FSC, Mr. Smith? Please.
And as for Rebecca Haro, she still pleads not guilty to the murder of her son. The new date for her felony settlement conference will be on October 28th, and the start of her preliminary hearings will be on November 3rd. Now, another thing that press release mentioned was that they still have not recovered the remains of Emmanuel Haro. And now, if you remember, back in September, there was a press conference where the DA's office said that they have an inclination of where his remains might be. I had asked an official at the District Attorney's office a little more about that today. All they said is that they cannot confirm nor deny the knowledge of where his remains might be. When more information comes out about that, we will keep you updated here on NBC Palm Springs. Till then, here live in Cabazon, I'm Brett Rosen. I'll send it back in studio to you, Olivia and Mark.
Brett, thank you for those updates tonight. We have a local alert this evening. Today, Desert Hot Springs High School students took part in this year's Great Shakeout Drill. It's an annual event that helps students and teachers learn how to protect themselves and others during an earthquake. 15 cadets from the school's Public Safety Academy set up a triage tent to respond and treat mock injuries on other students. And Cathedral City High School students also taking part in a full-scale disaster response simulation today. All part of a life-saving lesson in action using skills they learned last year. 30 students from the Health Environmental Academy of Learning, also known as HEAL, jumped into action and assessed, triaged, and treated staff members with mock injuries. The exercise was a coordinated effort with Cathedral City Fire and other local first responders.
Take a break from the headlines. Get a check on the forecast right now. Live pictures right here from our Agua Caliente casino camera high above there in downtown Palm Springs. We're going to send things over to Pablo Alcina, who's tracking everything. Pablo, temperatures right now just about perfect, but that's going to change, right?
Definitely perfect for me. Yesterday, a little cooler. Today, a little warmer. And they are going to heat up all the way through Saturday and Sunday. But right now, 85 degrees. I mean, you saw the skies, baby blue, perfect, not a cloud in the air. Precipitation at 0%. And you're going to see that for many days to come. For the next 10 days, this whole area, you won't see a drop of water, possibly even further than that. Temperatures right now, we're at 85 degrees in Palm Springs, 78 degrees in Desert Hot Springs. Yucca Valley, still very comfortable, 65. Indio, 83. We're still a couple degrees cooler than normal for this time of year, but we're going to get right back up to those 90s. If you're going out for a walk, 75 degrees at 6 p.m. It's only going to drop 10 degrees at midnight. Yesterday at midnight, we were in the high 50s, low 60s. Tonight, a little bit warmer. And now, the 3-day forecast brought to you from Comfort Airs, where you'll see the 90s again. On Friday, 89, Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be back up to the 90s. But remember when it was in the 70s? Yeah, that was just yesterday. Now back to more what we expect in the second week of October here in the desert. I'm Pablo Alcina. I have the full 7-day breakdown and tell you how hot it's going to get coming up. Back to Olivia and Mark.
Pablo, thank you. A new affordable apartment complex designed for those 55 and older just opened its doors in Palm Springs. It comes as the city aims to address housing needs for its senior population. Tiani Jadalang is live in studio tonight. She spoke with those who helped to develop this project and some individuals who recently moved in. She has details for us tonight. Tiani?
Olivia, it's called Aloe Palm Canyon, and it's not your typical affordable housing development. It's centrally located, designed for seniors, and developers have set aside a number of units for previously unhoused individuals. If you've driven up North Palm Canyon Drive in Palm Springs, then you must have seen this building. It's home to several seniors whose earnings range anywhere from 0 to 80% of the median income in the area. And it's making space for the senior population who need housing assistance. Maria Torres and her son Abel moved in just last month. They tell me this move is a downsize, but it's the location that makes this place so significant.
It's close to her doctors. It's within a block of her hematologist, Dr. Holman. It's all within a block. So it's a nice neighborhood, it's a nice building, but as her caregiver, what I care most about is access to the medical services that they have in the area.
Long-term rent restrictions will be set in place for 69 of 71 units within the complex, and a dedicated 25 units will be home to formerly unhoused individuals. The project was partially funded by Lift to Rise, making it part of the nonprofit's goal of 10,000 new affordable housing units over 10 years.
With affordable housing, often it takes a lot of different sources of funding to make a project possible. And so Lift to Rise, in partnership with Low Income Investment Fund, we were able to come together with some funding for this project. So we provided 3 different loans, which ultimately was able to save the project about over $1 million.
Many officials making note that collaboration and partnership are absolutely necessary to build a project like this.
They now have a place to call home, and this is going to be a game changer for them.
Maria Torres and her son are still adjusting to their new home, but so far they say it checks all of their boxes.
I like it a lot, and the more people I see, the better. I keep seeing more neighbors coming in. Try to introduce myself to almost everybody.
Aside from housing, Aloe Palm Canyon is offering a number of resources for individuals transitioning out of homelessness. Live in studio, I'm Tiani Jadalang, NBC Palm Springs.
Tiani, thank you for that. La Quinta Brewing Company and Shays Warriors are celebrating their second annual Bosoms and Brews Fest for breast cancer awareness tonight. It's already underway, started at 5 over at La Quinta Brewing in Palm Desert. That's off of Technology Drive. Live country music by Holiday State, craft beer, and delicious barbecue, all for a great cause. Buying a ticket gets you unlimited tastings, a BBQ dinner, access to raffles, and more. Proceeds from the event go to raise vital funds in support of ongoing health and wellness initiatives benefiting local cancer survivors. You can get tickets right now. Just go to the newsroom tab of our website. That's NBCPalmSprings.com.
California State University's San Bernardino's Palm Desert campus celebrating a major investment in student success, awarding more than $150,000 in scholarships for this academic year. More than 60 students across a variety of disciplines are receiving support, recognizing not just academic excellence, but also community involvement and personal growth. In addition to easing financial burdens, those scholarship recipients will have access to mentorship, peer tutoring, and career development workshops, resources aimed at helping them thrive in and beyond the classroom.
Children's Discovery Museum of the Desert is showing a new way to celebrate creativity with its Eyes of Discovery mural wall. It's a large-scale art installation made up of thousands of photo tiles from Coachella Valley supporters. The mural, located on the side of the museum in Rancho Mirage, reflects how children see the world, promising wonder and possibilities. Each tile right there represents a story, a family, and a shared commitment to inspiring curiosity. For a $250 tax-deductible donation, your photo can become part of this mural, helping fund hands-on exhibits and programs for thousands of children. Tiles purchased by November 15th will be installed by December 19th, just in time for the holidays.
Dozens of homicides in the Coachella Valley are unsolved, leaving several local families without justice. And that's the focus of my new special report.
We discovered some blood and further discovered her body. She was deceased and apparently had been so for the last 24 to 48 hours. It appears that it is a homicide. We're treating it as such.
This is an NBC Palm Springs interview from 1998, the day after Wendy Brandt was killed on her Indio horse ranch. According to friends and family, Wendy was on the cusp of starting a new career and making a change in her life, but that was all cut short. Investigators discovered a bloody crime scene in her home, and they interviewed a number of suspects, but no arrests have ever been made.
It appeared that there was a struggle. It appeared that, it was pretty violent, and that somebody that obviously may have known her or acquainted, I would gather that it was going to be an interesting case.
I spent probably about 3 to 4 years going through every piece of evidence I could find, which was kind of challenging because of the way the process was back then before computers. So it took a couple years. And so we were dealing with a couple hundred pieces of evidence, so you can imagine what the evidence logs look like. And we ultimately went down each list and processed everything we could all over again using new technology. That ultimately did give us some leads, if you will.
Does the investigation stand, and who are the current suspects now 27 years later? Well, we'll dive into the search for answers in this case and 2 other local homicides Tuesday, October 21st, right after the NBA game. It's Coachella Valley Cold Cases, and it's only right here on NBC Palm Springs.
Coming up next tonight, it's Shadow Hills versus Palm Desert in Indio tonight. Our Caitlin Kelly's got a preview from the field that's coming up.
And it's National School Lunch Week, and Palm Springs Unified School District is joining the nationwide effort to switch up menus for some better options and some even tastier ones. We'll have that full story after the break, so stay with us.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day.
Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 5.
It is National School Lunch Week. It's a time to celebrate the nutritious meals that help fuel young learners every single day. From Tokyo to Tuscany, students at Rancho Mirage Elementary School are taking a global food adventure this week, one lunch tray at a time. But this year, it's not only about the food, but also about the unsung heroes behind every tray. The cafeteria team arrives early in the morning, chopping, prepping, plating hundreds of meals on a day. One of those team members is Erin Kay, who has worked for the Palm Springs Unified School District Nutrition Services Department for nearly a decade, feeding hundreds of kids every single day.
So this week we're doing Taste of the World. So we're doing different foods from different countries, and we try to get them to try something new so they can go home and tell their parents, hey, I want to go eat this. And then their parents will take them to go get something different than what they're used to, like pizza and chicken nuggets. Today, we went to Italy for lunch, and we had cheesy breadsticks with marinara sauce. So their choices were the cheesy breadsticks or a chef salad. And I'm a big stickler here about fruits and veggies, so they have to have 3 things on their plate, so at least they're trying the fruits and vegetables. I do remember my lunch ladies when I was a kid and how they served me and how it gave me a healthy relationship with food, which is what I want to do with these kids.
For many children, lunch is more than just a break in the day. It's a comfort, chance to connect with friends, and sometimes even the healthiest meal they'll have.
Rescue Life, a local dog rescue, is in need of your help tonight. One of their rescued pups has been missing for 4 days with no sighting. Her name is Wednesday. That's her right there on your screen. She's about 8 pounds. She went missing near Racket Club in Sunrise area in Palm Springs. She was in a foster home. She dug under the fence and was able to escape. The rescue says she's very sweet, but she is a little timid, so please do not chase her if you see her. If you have any information on this missing dog, you can contact the number that's right there at the bottom of your screen.
Another celebration in Palm Springs is starting today and running through the weekend. It's Modernism Week, October. There's going to be over 50 events happening, from house tours, entertainment, socials, and more. A portion of the tickets sold benefit Modernism Week's nonprofit group, as well as other local preservation, neighborhood, and community groups. Modernism's main week, now celebrating 20 years, starts February 12th of next year.
Let's go ahead and take a live look outside from our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. A gorgeous week to have some Modernism fans in town. Pablo Alcina's in right after the break with your 7-day forecast, so stay with us.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea.
And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We
I am Pablo Alcina, and talk about a perfect weather. Look at the sky. This shot almost looks fake from the Walter Clark cam in Rancho Mirage. Not a single cloud anywhere near, just a simply sensational day with the temperatures hotter than yesterday, and that's going to continue to go up. Hourly temps, the dew point's at just 37%, so very dry air. You're feeling so nice. 78 degrees around 7 p.m. It's going to gradually go down, but not that low. If we look at the winds right now, Palm Springs with winds at 10 miles an hour, Whitewater at 12, Indio with winds of just 7, so very calm winds. That's why it feels maybe a little bit hotter than it really is. Looking at the high temperatures we saw all day today, 85 degrees in Indio. Had a viewer, Mike Hint, saying, Pablo, stop covering the numbers. So I have to move out of the way. 85 degrees in Indio, 85 in Palm Springs, 67 degrees on Joshua Tree. And by the way, send me all your comments. I love replying to all our viewers. Palm Springs lows for tonight, 64 degrees. Idlewild with a low of 46. Big Bear City, 25 degrees. There's already snow up in Big Bear. Can't wait for snow season. I love skiing. 29 Palms at 56 degrees. Banning with a low of 50. Our 7-day comfort air forecast. Friday, we're going to go up to 89, and then Saturday up to 90. And as you see, absolutely no rain anywhere near. I'm not expecting any rain for the next 10 days at least, if not longer. We're getting to that time of the year where all the northerners are going to come flocking down to Palm Springs because the weather's going to be perfect. Sunday back up to 91, Monday 92, and then the temperatures are going to go back down to the high 80s. I am Pablo Alcina, at Pablo Alcina. Follow me on Instagram, send me a message. I promise to follow you back. I am loving life in the desert. Keep it here on NBC Palm Springs.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea.
And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about everywhere from Instagram to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and of course our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. Be sure not to miss anything. If you're only watching us on TV, you're only getting part of the story. Head to our new website for the latest broadcasts, digital exclusive content, contests, and more. Go to NBCPalmSprings.com. Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news. And now, NBC NBC Palm Springs Sports with Caitlin Kelly, powered by Agua Caliente Casino.
Maybe Thursday, but Friday Night Lights action is taking center stage right now at Shadow Hills High School. That's why we find our Caitlin Kelly ahead of tonight's big kickoff. Hey, Caitlin.
Hey, Mark, that's right. I'm here on the sidelines at Shadow Hills High School ahead of a big Desert Empire League matchup between Shadow Hills Knights and the Palm Desert Aztecs. Now, these two teams have developed a little bit of a rivalry between the two franchises over the years, but Palm Desert has won a lopsided number of those victories. 8 out of the last 10 matchups, the Aztecs have walked away with the victory, but the Knights, they're on home turf tonight and hoping to rewrite history, if you will. Now, here's a quick preview on what we can expect leading into tonight. It's a Desert Empire showdown Thursday night as Shadow Hills hosts Palm Desert. And the Knights are hoping to flip the script. Shadow Hills comes in at 4-3 after a tough loss to Palm Springs, where they were outscored in every quarter. Still, there were bright spots. Receiver Brandon Peppers hauled in over 100 yards and a touchdown, while defensive standout Jacob Gavin snagged 2 interceptions and notched a season-high 9 tackles. Meanwhile, Palm Desert is rolling after a statement win over Rancho Mirage, their biggest margin of victory in nearly a year. The Aztecs jumped out early, leading 24-0 by halftime and cruising to a 31-7 finish. Their defense have been lights out at home, allowing just over 12 points per game across their last 6 home wins. As for tonight's matchup, Palm Desert has dominated, winning 8 of the last 10 meetings since 2015. But this time, the Knights have home turf and a chance to rewrite this rivalry. That's right. Palm Desert coming into tonight, probably feeling pretty good about themselves after that big win over Rancho Mirage last week. But I will say, you never want to count a team out when they've got a chip on their shoulder. And that's exactly what Shadow Hills has after dropping that game last week against Palm Springs. I'm telling you right now, if Brandon Peppers has a big breakout night tonight, I anticipate that Palm Desert is going to be pretty surprised at how close of a matchup this is. Live at Shadow Hills High School, I'm Caitlin Kelly, and that'll do it for sports.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea.
And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation.
All right, that's it for us. But if you're a Creedence Clearwater Revival fan, well, I got good news. 30 Minutes Palm Desert Civic Center Park is a tribute band. So go rock out, have some fun.
Nightly News is next. We'll see you at 6.